Bad seeds. Watch out, my friend. This is part 5 of the seed. And I want to talk about bad seeds that come to our lives. The story in Matthew chapter number 13 talks about a farmer who woke up disappointed because he found weeds, plant that he never saw. And when he was wondering how come I have strange seeds that I never planted or sowed, he was told that when you are asleep, the enemy came and planted bad seeds. Do we have bad seeds in our life? We do. At home, in churches, in the society, a place of work. Bad seeds are visible, they are manifest, they are there. And what do bad seeds come to do? They come to mess the good seed. Do you know there are people in this world whose job and passion is to come and mess and make things look bad? These are bad seeds. Instead of looking at what is good, they always look for something wrong that they can bring out. They are bad seeders. Evil, if you may. They come to disrupt harmony, unity, love. They come to divide. They bring quarrels. They bring suspicion. They bring doubt. They have no manners. They are uncouth. They are unsocialized. I want to give you some examples from the good book about bad seeds and the result of bad seeds. Beginning from the Genesis, where the enemy, through the snake, came and spread falsehood. He told to our parents, Adam and Eve, hey, you know what? God lied. He told you not to eat from this tree. Yeah, God knew that you'd be knowledgeable. What was harmonious? What was paradise? Where they enjoyed the company of God, where God would come and fellowship with this couple. Bad seed came through the serpent, and that led to the fall. Beginning of pain, beginning of death, beginning of separation, beginning of suffering, because of a bad seed that came to the garden. The enemy is a respecter of no personality. He doesn't care. The crowd. He's out to mess it up. And it's very important that we are watchful, because when you think you're okay, watch out. At night, the sower of bad seed came and planted bad seeds. I have another example from the good book. And this has to do with Judas, betrayer, who betrayed Jesus. He was one of the disciples. He knew who Jesus was. He saw Jesus perform miracles, my friend. But because of some money, and not a lot, because at the end of the day, when he realized what he had done, one version said he had to hang himself. Among the 12 trusted, you'd think that they were all holy. They're not. Bad seed. The devil got into the heart of Judas. And let me tell you, my friend, in this life, I'm sorry, the terminology has been changed. Instead of saying everybody, is innocent until proven guilty. Now, everybody is guilty until proven innocent. Because you don't know who to trust, right? Judas was among the confidants. And yet, he became a bad seed. Do you know, unless we allow the enemy to come, there's no way the enemy can get a foot over our lives. Let me explain. Even in a family situation, the third party who comes to bring division, unless one of the two allows, there's no way the bad seed would come. I'm sure you've heard the story about the Chinese war. The China war, very high, solidified, and yet people got inside because of the gatekeepers. They were bribed. They didn't have to climb over the wall. They found their way through the gate. It's just within. The enemy is within. We call them moles. People. We have a good Swahili saying that which eats you is inside you. So Judas, the bad seed, and he colluded in killing Jesus. What about Sapphira and Ananias? The good book in Acts chapter 5. These are good people who had wealth, and as it were, they were supposed to sell stuff, as people were doing those days, and surrender to the apostles. But they lied. The enemy planted seeds of deceit and pride in Ananias and Sapphira's hearts. And you know what the consequence was? They lied to the Holy Spirit and they died, one after the other. A bad seed of deceit, wongo, came in your heart. If you allow the enemy to whisper to you, especially lying to the Holy Spirit, that this is all we have. And Peter and others say, you think you're lying to us? You've lied to God. And you know what happens? They fall down and they die. My friend, bad seed can ruin you if you allow it to get into your psyche, in your heart. Watch out. Don't entertain, because the enemy will come through thoughts and being crafty, thinking you are smart. You can connive. Be careful. Be watchful. In the book of 1 Corinthians, I believe, chapter number 1, Paul is telling the church, why do I hear division? Why is there discord? Why are there people who say, I follow Paul, I follow Apollos? He was telling them, avoid division in the church, because bad seeds come to church as well. Through argument, not being content. So bad seeds. Were you in school? Bad seeds start with one person. Some of them do it because they are misfits. They feel they cannot belong. And therefore what they want to do is to mess everything else. I was a teacher, I was a principal back in Kenya, and I could tell those who did not do very well, they had to plant bad seed, among others. Kukoroga, so that there would be chaos. Indeed, so there could even be strike. People who don't fit in will always bring discord. They'll bring falsehood just to mess it up. Be careful. Because There are also those who come looking very innocent, but deep in their heart, their intentions, their motives are not right. Bad seeds are found everywhere. You agree on something, somebody betrays you. Bad seed. You hear of rumors, you allow them in your mind, bad seed. You associate yourself with some people who have no respect, no regard in what you believe, bad seed. And some come primarily to destroy you, to make sure that there is nothing that will stand. They are sent by the enemy because the enemy is a killer, is a thief, is a destroyer. Please don't give a hoot to bad seed. And when you see them, spot them at before they swallow you up. And sometimes bad seeds don't come with force. They start small, like a seed, little by little. But when you tolerate, when you dismiss it, it may grow to be a big thorn in the flesh. So be alert. Have your antenna up. Watch steps. Look at the attitude. Look at the priorities. And be smart. Be on guard. Because bad seeds are everywhere. How can you explain the enemy, the arch enemy, Satan, the devil, in heaven? Because of pride and wanting to have more. And because he didn't have the space he needed, he caused crisis in heaven. And when he was kicked out, he came here and he has a legion of demons that bring commotion, division, disunity, disharmony, chaos, just to disrupt. Bad seeds exist in people. That's why we need to deal with ourselves to make sure we don't carry any bad seed that will make somebody angry, sad, hopeless, useless, feeling like a mischief. We could be carriers of bad seeds. Watch out that the enemy does not use you to be a channel of bad seed. If it doesn't bring love, if it doesn't bring unity, if it doesn't bring division, it's a bad seed. Are you a carrier of a bad seed? Can you smell a bad seed? Can you spot a bad seed when you see it? Not everybody is happy with your success. That's why we have army in government. Because governments or countries can be invaded anytime, any place in the world. They are always on the alert. There are spies all over. That's why we have security cameras to see people intruding to our homes. What do you have to watch over bad seed in your life, in your mind? When do you choose what to watch? Because bad seed can also come through these gadgets. Oh yes, good and bad. Bad seed can also come when you're meditating, because we hear whispers, voices that come, and unless you pick them out and unless you flush them out, they'll find a resting place in your mind, and they may come to harm you. Be on the lookout. Be watchful for bad seed. Episode 6, we'll talk about good seeds. Because there are some good seeds. And we need to look what the components are of good seeds. Meanwhile, please be a channel of good seeds in your life and around your life. Take care. God bless you.